So there I was, just in the street, reaching out to our friends at Comcast and said, hey, how's that node? Isn't that kind of weird, Chad? It just kind of like, it just goes down for a minute, then comes back. So I don't like to talk about internet, but here we are. We're upgrading to business class internet. But I think it's like, and I'm optimistic. Here's my thoughts on it. It's like being on an airplane and upgrading from coach to business class. The destination's the same. Packet lost town. So I'm hoping that I talked to Keith on the phone today. Keith is from the local the small ISP. He's like, hey, I'll get you a quote. Yeah, Dovey, and that's kind of what I'm after. So the options are, yeah, I mean, so here's my options. I either upgrade to business with Comcast, switch to AT&T fiber, which is like $700 a month, Comcast fiber, which is $1,000 a month, or the fourth Marty is local ISP working on a fiber solution. Yeah, local. I talked to him today. And when I mean local, it's not local. It's just a small company, which I'd love to go with. But we're supposed to get an email on Monday. We're waiting. There's wheels in motion. Yeah, $700 a month. Yeah. That's why I'm like not in a huge rush to like sign a 3-year contract at a rent payment, you know?
A great slam and then stop.
Won't fiber be more stable though? Yeah. So if I sign any of those fiber contracts, it's a 3-year deal. So I'm not on the hook for $800 a month or whatever. It's 800 times 36. You know, like what if Google comes in with Uber fiber in 6 months, you know?
Good day for us. Well battled. Here goes.
No, well, that's what I talked to Comcast about. I'm like, hey, like, once the payment for the build out is complete, does the monthly cost go down? And they're like, no.
No, thanks.
No.
No, thanks. Yeah, no, thanks.
And I'm like, well, why not? Yeah, I know. That's like, so like I could stomach that, you know? Like I get it. Like I could stomach it.
Here's a real high-class bout. Now go.
But so we're just trying to make the best of the situation. We're working on some solutions. I don't like to talk about it because it's like one of those things that's not in our control within a certain degree. But I'm just bummed because it gives you a bad product. Make your own internet company. Call it PogNet. You piece of peace. Honestly, moving is not a bad solution. You forgot to put the kappa on the end of that one. Internet company called Anti-Ravies. How are you supposed to dodge that?
Good day for us. Well battled.
I would wonder, like, what would it take to start our own internet company? Like, where does the internet come from? Like, can't we just plug in somewhere?
Good day for us. Well battled.
Like, who owns the internet? You know what I mean? Like, why can't we just get internet pipe? Chat, how does that work? Is it like railroads?
Don't talk to me about the internet belonging to Al Gore.
Yo, Minting Fish, thanks for the T-Space 3 spam in chat. Appreciate the support. Yeah, I want the real answer. Like, how would we get access to the internet? Backbone provider? How do we make our own backbone? Like, where does the backbone get its backbone from? Why do you need $1 billion to make a backbone? It's servers all over the world with physical cables. Why don't we just make a server out of a Dell box? You can, it just won't do anything?
A brawl is surely brewing. Now go.
You can duck under the goat hoofs. Don't go to the corner. Just need one good run here. You think spread's better than this? Actually, we're close, chat. I'm just telling you, we're close to watching how the internet works video. That's where we're at right now. So you just have to have that. That has to be a frame perfect jump, huh?
Here's a real high-class cup. Now go.
What happened to Bayonetta? We were supposed to play it yesterday and we got Comcasted. And I have to eat some words though. We've had Comcast since the inception of the show, and it really it probably used to go out like maybe once a month, so it hasn't been bad. In the grand scheme of things, that hasn't been bad in the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm hitting the death counter. Yo, Vader 64, what's going on?
Finally able to catch up to your stream man at DANGHEESLING.
We have never gotten Comcasted during PAX. That is true. You think, chat? You think someone? Chat, this is not likely, but can someone? Is there? I don't know if it's physically possible. Could someone lag switch us if they wanted to? Like, could someone be lag switching us? Hacking? Like, just like giving us a quick flick of the internet? What would they have to do that? It's like DDoSing, but like mini DDoS.
What's that part?
A MeDOS. I wonder if people are like MeDOSing us.
Here's a real high-class cup. Here goes.
Comcast wants more Elden Ring? Maybe. Try changing your IP address? How can I do that? Chat, can you change your IP address? Wait, I think I have a dynamic. Mine changes, right? How often does your IP change? Whenever you reboot your router. Every time you turn on your printer, it's a new IP address. So many people are wrong about this stuff. Abe_BB. Hit me with first grade CSNA networking 101. Yeah, right? The P shooter isn't doing it. I mean, this is not doing as much D. Private IP doesn't change anything. Yeah, I do want to know. That's why I asked you. You're a networking engineer. That's why I asked you. Chat, tell me Cheerios is the best without telling me Cheerios is the best. What do I want to know? How does Comcast fix a node? Bubble me? Bubble me? Is this guy easier than King Dice, chat? Holy boosh. What the heck? Where do we shoot him? That's not bad. That's not bad. Spread me. This is where spread is good. Got you. That's quick prog chat. We're almost done with the game. The key is in the pudding. Chat, what's the most random thing you've ever had inside of a piece of food? Like, I just thought of like, what if there was a kid snack called Key in the Pudding, and only 1 in a million puddings had a key in it, but the key opened like a safety deposit box with $1 million in it?
Here's a real high-class cup. Here goes.
You know what I'm saying? You would buy pudding every day? I feel like Jell-O's not popular anymore, man. You don't see kids eating Jell-O anymore. Why is that? Because it's bad? I wonder why they never made Jell-O bars, you know? Bars made out of Jell-O. You can just grab them. What's the kind of pudding that Brett eats, chat? It's like a UK pudding? Terrier pudding? What's it called? You piece. No, not blood pudding. Yorkshire. Yorkshire, what's Yorkshire? It's like butterscotch? Yorkshire is like bread pudding. It's like a savory pancake, so it's not pudding at all. Yorkshire pudding is like a biscuit. What's up, Carter? That's British for you. They call stuff pudding that's not like our pudding. What does UK call our kind of pudding? OKP? They also call it pudding. The Queen sauce. American pudding is more like pudding is made in a cloth bag. You know what? The best kind of pudding is served in a martini glass. Right? What do they call that? It's called a... You know what I'm saying? How would you, if you were talking to an alien, how would you describe to them what pudding is? You know what I mean? Like, you just kind of, pudding is just kind of like a verb, like Google. You know, how do you explain what it is? Sweet goop. No one knows what goop is. That's pretty good tech. Man, they went all out on this art, huh? Don't bomb me.
What game the whole year did you see look like that?
How do you explain internet access to an alien? Telekinesis. Sally, you piece. Chat, what are the odds of Sally Peace authoring a U-Piece card? How do you explain sleeping to an alien? Homeostasis. Duh. Duh.
No!
Duh. We're in this. We're in this. How aliens would know what homeostasis is because they've studied our biology books, but not our culinary art books, like the one that's I guarantee, chat, I guarantee someone in your family or extended family has this cookbook. I don't know the name of it, but let's just type in red and white cookbook. I guarantee in your lifetime, you know that someone has this. Tell me. Chat, you know someone. Why in chat if you know, if you've seen this in someone's house, and in chat if no. Someone's just seen it in someone's house. I guarantee you had to have. You may not have noticed at the time, but now when you go back in your memory banks.
A brawl is surely brewing. Here goes.
Your grandma didn't speak English? That's okay. Can she read pictures? Then she probably has that book. Quotation Tuesday, but it's called Recipe Wednesday. War chest warning. What are we trying to get to phase 2?
They took his heart. They just snatched it right out of his carcass. There's no more backbone left. He was a jellyfish.
It's got a lot of really good techniques like blanching. Chat, why in chat if you know anyone named Blanche In real life, not on the Golden Girls. And in chat if no.
I cried my eyes out the other night because my dad held onto a cookbook from when I was in grade 1 and had a cod batter recipe that I made in it 21 years ago.
That hits different, man, right?
Let's go.
For Comcast.
Pepe Hands followed by Lulz by Lamaus. Blanche is a pretty uncommon name. I thought it was just a cooking technique. We need to blanch those carrots. Your chef makes you consult that cookbook? If you have a chef in your house, why are they telling you to look at the cookbook? Also, by the way, baller alert, if you have a chef in your house, are you kidding me? What's up, Tidgeman? Why? If you have a chef in your house, like, I'm not trying to be that guy, but you should be the one asking for the menu. They shouldn't be saying, hey, what ingredient goes in this? Blanch is like a deep frying technique. I'll tell you what word gives me the willies in regards to cooking. I don't even want to say it because it just sounds like not tasty. But when people cook stuff in a plastic bag, what is that called? Surveillance? Like, why don't you just boil it? Why don't you just boil it? Like, why don't you just boil it? It's like someone who gets a cup of Joe from the local diner and asks for a triple mocha latte, and you're like, that's just coffee. Coffee with milk? Oh, I sous vide. Oh, you mean you boil? You like to boil? Oh, I sous vide these eggs. Yeah, you boiled them? Whole point is to keep the water out. Well, when you boil, there's no water going into it. It's just the water around it that's getting heated up. Like putting it in, it's like putting it in oven water. Alright, I couldn't keep a straight face on that one, but I tried to keep a straight face on that one. I couldn't. I had to break the fourth wall on that one, Chad. I'm sorry. I did my best to hold it, alright? It's night week. I'm not perfect. But I'm actually not baiting Chad on the sous vide. It's like a little bit unnecessary. Like, how many more things are we going to find to put avocado on? Yes, Dan, before everyone says in chat, yes, Dan, avocado's delicious. I'm with you. Toast was a good invention. We don't need to put it on anything else. The most juicy chicken you've ever had was sous vide. Siri, how to take away a mod sword?
Okay, I found this on the web for how to take away a mod sword. Check it out.
Yeah, thanks. Just because you said juicy, you know, like, you could have probably said anything else, but juicy was the one that just, you know, makes the best steaks. Chat. If I'm ever eating a steak, not over an open fire, for me, it's probably time to hang it up. To me, it's not even about the steak, you know? Like, it's night week. To me, steak isn't even about taste. It's about the process, right? It's a summer thing. You start the fire in the backyard. You crack open a cold on, and you know when the cold on's done, the steak is done. Can we get some K-Kona spam in chat? Is that, Chad? That may be the most K-Kona thing we've ever said, but also the most truing. Man, I don't think I've grilled. I don't consider it grilling, throwing hot dogs on the grill. I haven't grilled once this summer, man. Why in chat if you've grilled this summer and in chat if no? Man, I need to get out there. Your grill broke. You don't own one? That's okay. Doesn't your local parks have grills, chat? Is that just an American thing? You can go to most local parks and there's a grill there. It's only a K-Kona thing? Wait, Ryan, in Canada you don't have parks with grills available to use? Really? Ryan and Alex says Canada does not provide grills in public places. I got you. Another reason to move to Michigan, Ryan? Man, parks are good. Parks are just like, whoever invented parks knew what they were doing. Like, hey, let's just keep this plot of land just for the enjoyment of others, you know? Like, let's just leave it be and let people just run around and just put some slides on there and just, you know, parks are kind of good, you know? But then sometimes they take it a little too far with like, hey, let's save like 500,000 miles. And then it's like, well, there can't be enough cool stuff to put on 500,000 miles. So there's some like local state parks. I'm like, okay, there's trees here. There's some trails. Okay, what other fun stuff is there besides trails? Like, can we have some fun stuff? Like, I like a good trail, but can we get some fun stuff? Animals living there? Ryan, you get in Canada they have petting farms in your local parks? I like preserving the environment for the animals, baby. Current events boomer take. Just because I don't see them doesn't mean we're on the same planet. I mean, when's the last time? I will say this: it was I never seen one in real life outside of a zoo. But the other day, my oldest son got up early, and we're having breakfast, and my back was to the window, and I swear to God, he made like the littlest kid pog face. I mean, and I'm like, I didn't know if there was like a monster behind me. Like it was like probably like early, like 6 a.m. Made like little kid pog face. I'm like, what? He's like, Dad, look. And it was a bald eagle with like some kind of red flesh in its claw. And I'm like, I thought bald eagles were extinct, or like on the super reserve list, the rare list. Not extinct, but you know what I mean, like the endangered list. And I was like, holy, I mean, it was real and it was close. I'm like, okay, kid, that definitely deserved a pog face. Protected, yeah. They're pogging up in the PNW. I didn't think bald eagles were extinct. You know what I mean? On the endangered list. I knew there were bald eagles. I've seen them in zoos before. What's the national bird of Canada? The woodpecker? All right, what is it? It's a loon? All right, here we go, chat. We're in this. I'm not even in a current events chat. Current events. crazy as a loon. Wow, how, chat, Ryan, how is calling that your home country's bird a woodpecker? How is that offensive to you? Or how is that deserving of a shot fired? It's not an insult to you. Why did I laugh? You didn't fire a shot, you asked a question? It is night week, but we don't talk about fiscal responsibility here. Unless we're talking about war chesting with your dang coins. You piece of peace. It's a good current event. Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't want to go there, but why are you dunking on our country when that's all you invest in? Why don't you invest? What is the Canadian stock market called? The Maple Circuit? All right, exclamation point current events.
This match will get red hot. Here goes.
Rick Ross raps about the Dow Jones, you know? 53 goes real fast. You think Paul Rudd will come out with a movie called This Is 50? I would watch it. Although sometimes, like, the actress that is Judd Apatow's wife, whenever I see her, I just think of the scene from 40-year-old Steve Carell. Like, that's hard to get out of your head once you see her in that scene. Do I know what a hegemon is? Yeah, it's an off-brand Digimon. Yeah, let's get some French toast. You know what I'm talking about. No, not the bathtub scene, the bucket scene. Get your buckets out, chat. Get your buckets out.
Now watch this grab.
You piece of peace. Chad, I think we can hit list this first part. Like, what's the history of Digimon? Like, did they really think they were gonna get away with that? When's Bayonetta after we beat this piece? Chad, what is, like, if Pokemon are monsters you keep in balls, what's the TLDR on Digimon? Are they monsters you keep on, like, SD cards? They live in the... Digimon live in computers? Like biofiles? Chat, what is the... I know that I don't know. I know zero about Digimon. But tell me what the... They have an off-brand Charizard. Just tell me what the name of it is. I know there's one. There has to be. There's no way then they'd be like, hey, let's come up with a Charizard. Greymon? They named one after the small forward for the Golden State Warriors? Why don't you cry about it? Rattle me bones. Wait, we got. It's called Greymon. Greymon. Gramon. This isn't real, Chad. Is this like fan art? This is not the real concept. This cannot be the real concept. It's literally, what is that one called? Where the Pokemon whose mom got killed? Pepe hands. That plus Charmander. Cubone Mander. I will say, I was watching a Pokemon movie with my son. And I don't know, the show? But they got into that. And he's like, Dad, why is this one crying? And they're talking about his... Like, they word it uniquely so it, like, kind of goes over the kid's head. And I'm just like... They were talking about Cubone. I'm just like, man... Can I just watch a Pokemon movie without talking about like death and stuff? It's like it's a, I don't know if it's an episode or a movie where like this is the context I can give you that's truing. Cubone is in Lavender Town, or a place where there's Lavender Town music, and then there's a ghost in there, and the ghost is Cubone's mom. It's in the show. There's a lot of Pokemon lore that's very dark. What else is dark lore? Well, and then we watch another one, or like 10 minutes of it. It's a movie where like it starts with this girl, this little girl, and her dad leaves to go to work or something. And then they zoom to her like 10 years later. He never comes home. He got turned into like a furry Pokemon. And he gets like trapped in this like this blue crystal land. Yeah, it's called an Entei or something. Entei. What do you mean, little brother? What? No, the Pokemon was called Entei. Don't say it like what? Isn't that the name? This one, chat. Hold on, no, you're not gonna debate me on this. It's called Entei. Yeah, this is the one. Right here, Entei. Chat. Entei.
It's pronounced Entei, not Entei.
What's it? It's close enough, right? What's the difference? Thank you for the bits. What is what's some more dark Pokemon lore? Difference is little brother? What's the difference? Gothita, is that another Pokemon? Mew lore is dark? Drifloon abducted kids? What? Is Drifloon the one that looks like Tentacruel? This thing abducts kids? No way. How do you even... No, those are just balloons, chat. Those are just balloons. That's... Why does it why does a kid flying away in a balloon have to be abduction? Chat, come on. That's reaching, chat. There's truing and then there's reaching.
A brawl is surely brewing.
Yo, is it Grand Theft Auto 6, Jay Wilco? Read the Pokedex entry. Grand Theft Auto 6 gameplay leaked. Come on. That's all false. There's no Grand Theft Auto 6. Pokedex. Which one are we looking up here? Jay Wilco was trolling. What's it called? Driftloon? Click it. Perhaps seeking company, it approaches children. However, it often quickly runs away when children play too roughly with it. Come on, chat. Chat, there's a lot of reaching going on today. Lot of reaching. Lot of reaching.
This match will get red hot.
What other dark lore is there in Pokemon?
Reaching would be thinking we get to see Bayonetta today.
Alright, Chief Herder, you get it. You get 24-hour VIP for that one. Alright, alright. 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 24-hour VIP. Mimi U Pokey, his entry is Sag. Hey Dan, I'm unable to see the stream's VOD. Is this an issue with me? No, I don't know. Like, what do you mean you can't see the VOD? It's not on the channel?
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on.
Do mods keep track of the 24-hour VIPs? No, here's how it works. Is like, so there's a back-end Twitch list. I can just see who's a VIP. And then whenever I randomly go in there, like once every couple months, I'll just go and I'll just remove all the names of people who are 24-hour VIPs. So realistically, a 24-hour VIP is more like a 2 to 7 week VIP. What's Ash Coma Theory?
There is a banned Pokemon episode where a guy points a gun at Ash Ketchum, a 10-year-old child.
No, that's not real. That's not real. That's not real. What's the name of it? What's the name of it? What's the name of it? What's the name of it, chat? We have to see it. We have to see it. We have to see it. What's the name of it? Just do we go YouTube type in Ash getting gun pointed at him? Ash getting gun pointed at him. Pokemon, but only guns. Chad, just look at these thumbnails. Hey guys, remember that time Ash gets shot?
Ever wonder where Ash got all those Tauros? Ever think it was weird that the anime only had one episode about the famous Safari Zone? Why was Dratini never shown in the first season of the anime?
I've never thought of any of these. We just want to... Let's just get to the good part.
Who was inside. He then comes out with a gun pointed at them and asks the first example of why the episode was banned. Ash and his friends are singing loudly as they approach a building, which appears to anger Kaiser, who is inside. He then comes out with a gun pointed at them and asks if they want to get shot. Now, this is not the only time guns are shown in the anime. It actually happens quite often with Team Rocket, but even for the anime, this was pretty intense. With a revolver pointed right at them, he threatens to shoot 3 kids and tell them that he'll let them go this time.
Is this real?
It's pretty crazy to see. It gets even more wild when Kaiser invites the kids inside and gives them safari balls and a fishing rod to use.
Wait, what happened to our Magikarp?
While they're there. While he's explaining the rules,
What is he doing? Who is this
about only
guy?
using safari balls while in the park, he stands there with a gun pointed at Ash's chest. He tells Ash that if he breaks the rules, his thunderbolt will burn them.
Chat, what the heck?
When Ash asks him what he means by thunderbolt,
That's not real.
Kaiser raises the gun, cocks it, and points it directly at Ash's head.
This is fake, chat. You baited me. I'll give you credit. You baited me on that one.
I'll admit, it's pretty shocking to see.
You baited it. It's baited. That's not real. What season is that in? It's in the first one? Did they edit it out? That's the second episode? Did they edit it out? Like, is it on US version? It's banned?
See it first, but Ash quickly says that he understands, and Misty notices the picture of Kaiser and a Dratini on the shelf. When talking about the rumors that Dratini are in the area, Kaiser claims that they are untrue and then cocks his gun once again when Ash seems to disagree.
How do we watch this, chat? Chat, how do we watch this? How do we watch this? How do we watch this? Chat, come on, chat. There's gotta be. This has to be available somewhere. Other unaired Pokemon episodes are worse. How does it get much more worse than that for a kids episode? Episode 1X035.
Here's a real high-class cup. You're up.
Man, that's wild. Why do you think that? Why didn't that guy have it in? Why didn't he have the video? Why did he just show pictures of it?
Good day for a
TOS? Why isn't it? What? Chat, if that's the case, why doesn't Pokemon have it on their official YouTube channel? So you have to pay for it? Wait, can you buy it? Wait, chat, is the episode buyable or is it just gone? You can't buy that episode anymore. Is it on VHS or something? How much do you think it is on eBay, chat? What is that called? Let's go eBay and go banned Pokemon episode. Banned art. Why is this banned? This is banned. Just get me out of here. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Why is this banned? Chat, why is this banned? It's just muck. Gosh. How did this stuff get by Q&A?
While you're there, you might want to look into purchasing some dial.
Our family collection. Why is this banned? What's banned about this? Is that Gamba? Just because it's Gamba?
Welcome, brand new subscriber.
Yo, welcome, Dirk. Thanks for the support. Wait, we're looking for the banned episode VHS. How do we get on banned cards? Banned cards. Banned Pokemon episode VHS. They don't. It's chat. It's erased. Thundershock. You just found it on Daily Motion. You can send me the link. Yeah. Send me the link. You have to download it. They never made a physical US copy. I think they only put one episode per VHS. Yeah. Just beat Cuphead, please. Noah, can I audit you? This is a kind audit. Let me audit Noah real quick. Noah Roy user. Noah Roy. 410 messages. Been subbed for 3 months. Take a look at it. Speed Cuphead, please. You know what's a reach? Finishing Cuphead this month. You're putting a lot of dang cuppa. This is cringe. It hurts. Night Week pace. Play Metal Gear Revengeance again. Found you from Star Citizen. Joker arc. Likes Corneria. Little brother. You can't yo. Nice. You can't be redoing. Game of War. Game of Snooze. You are riposting. Going to a friend's cabin. How was that? Pretty good. No, Roy. You got a clean audit, kid. You got a clean audit. That's a clean audit, chat. You don't get too many of those too often. That's clean. It's a clean audit. Chat, is Noah still in chat? Is Noah here? Yeah, that's a clean audit. You should be proud of that audit. You just probably really want to see the ending of Cuphead. Nothing against the banned Pokemon episode. Chat, what up? There's got to be there's got to be some other stuff we don't know about Pokemon that's a little Night Week. Tidgeman. Sotohado. He should be toasted. Google Team Rocket James. James isn't on Team Rocket. I'm Jesse. I'm James. Oh, James is on Team Rocket. Next thing you're telling me, Meowth is a dog. Banned Pokemon Tentacle episode. I watched an episode, one of the early episodes with my kids, and it was the one with this lady on a cruise ship, and like all the dudes were on the cruise ship were in like Speedos, and like serving her fruit and stuff, and I'm like, how do I get this episode off quickly? And it was too late.
This match will get red hot.
No, nothing's wrong with fruit, but it's like, you know. Like, we don't need to get in the details of that at such a young age. Just queen stuff, no big deal. If you knew about the first Yu-Gi-Oh episode, chat. So now we know Digimon are the animals are stored on computer discs. What's Yu-Gi-Oh? Yu-Gi-Oh is like D&D stuff. Monsters stored in cards. There's a TikTok that sends me, man. It's about like going to your... I think we showed it on the show. Chat, did we show it on the show? It was about a guy, like, POV, you're at your first Yu-Gi-Oh! Friday Night Magic. Have we showed that? And it's just a guy turning his head from side to side. And like slapping cards. Did we watch that on the show? Did we watch that? Have we seen that? No? It like, I don't know why it sends me. Yu-Gi-Oh TikTok guy. Here it is right here. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
I never... chat, we've seen this. I don't know why, but this like just... I don't know why this gives me bad vibes, chat. This is bad vibes.
Oh, yeah, draw. Oh, yeah, draw. Stand by. Main. Okay.
I don't know why. Like I would leave the...
Oh, yeah, cards in hand. Life points. Okay.
Like I can't take this. I can't take this.
Hey, Judge. He's stalling. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Oh, it's my turn. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. Let's see. Normal summon. Response. Oh, of course you play that fucking shit card.
Oh, that's Night Week. I didn't know.
I had to wear this today. Yeah. My Supreme hoodie was in the wash. You know, just so you know. Yeah, you lucked out. Yeah, and if 3 other things would have changed in this game and I wouldn't have played in the wrong way, then I would have won. You know, just so you know that.
Like it's this part, and the fingers on the table.
Man, let's go.
Is that what it's like to play Yu-Gi-Oh, chat? I want no part of that. I want no part of that. Is that Yu-Gi-Oh? No, at least to me, Magic the Gathering, it's just more like all that happens with your opponent, except it happens between the ears. Like you can see him thinking and like calculating 17 moves ahead because they have a blue deck, and you're like, that's fine. Just don't call Judge when I play a red deck and beat you. No, MTG's not like that, is it? They call for Judge. MTG's like that? With guys in Supreme hoodies doing that kind of stuff? Nothing against Supreme hoodies, but... Never met a Yu-Gi-Oh player who wore Supreme. Tidgeman, what trading card game do you play? I know you play one. Chat, what magic or what card game does Tidgeman play? Yu-Gi-Oh? Hearthstone player. Chad, there, you can't. There's no game associated with dang packs. You can't play that card game right now. You know what a game I'm interested in all the time is the Gamba in Final Fantasy on MMO, but not actually the game itself. Just the Gamba in it. You know? Yeah, triple triad. We never played Final Fantasy on the show. Did we just watch someone else play it?
Yo, Dan, you know what?
Good day for a well battle.
Watch at your own risk. Instantly click on it.
I thought you guys were gonna wait for me by the snack bar.
I don't think I'm gonna. All right. I thought that was the. I thought that was the gun episode. Tidgeman, what games do you play? Besides NBA 2K, and you play with 5 Klay Thompsons on my team? Did you download the wrong Pokemon? You're an MMO junkie? I didn't know that. What's your current MMO that you're playing right now?
Good luck, Dan. You got this.
Maybe for the golden ticket holders, maybe we play whatever. We play whatever MMO Tidgeman plays. We find his house and we raid it and destroy it.
Hi Daniel, would you like to play Legend of Zelda Smooth of the World with me?
Netlocked. Thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate it. What game is Tidgeman playing right now? He didn't say, huh? He's playing Maple Story. Why doesn't Tidgeman say what game? Oh. Currents, Final Fantasy 14, SWTOR, WoW. Star Wars Galaxy. Yo. What's the population on the Star Wars Galaxy server? Yo, what's up, Arrow Eagle? Tidgeman, you ignored my question. What's the population on the Star Wars Galaxy emulated server?
Here's a real high-class cup.
800. That's not bad. How are the graphics? No, I would, Chad, we wouldn't play an MMO, but we would do community or golden ticket MMO. Got him. Flawless, chat. All right, once we get to this phase, we can dial.
And with a puppy dog look, and say how much. We don't know what we're doing out here.
Star Wars: The Old Republic. Is that the one? Is that the MMO one, or is that SWTOR? What's the Star Wars MMO? Star Wars the old KOTOR is the single players one. Tidgeman, do you single player? I mean, not single player. Do you storyline SWOTOR or do you PvP SWOTOR? I don't know. I never would have guessed Tidgeman is our local MMO expert. Go see it, King English. Thanks for tuning in. To get Bayonetta, we have to beat this piece. I played Star Wars when it came out. That game made me buy a new graphics card for my computer way back in the day. PvP, were you Sith or were you normie? We could do a first look at Bayonetta. Man, that's got a big chat. Let's just beat this one time, then we'll Bayonetta. Away for thin look. Chat, why in chat if you want to first look at Bayonetta, and in chat if no. Would be nice to be able to get to the DLC though. All right, one more attempt. We'll take this thing to 80, then we'll Bayonetta. I just think we're getting in the zone now. That's okay though. We made progress. We've mastered phase 1. Mastered it. You turn your sleep schedule on just to see Bayonetta. I got you. One more death and we're at Bayonetta time. Yeah, we already did packs. There was like, don't worry, you didn't miss anything. Just 3 or 4 full art cards. Back to back to back. Come on, baby. Come on. A little juice and a little squeezies. You piece of peace. Is that Ohado? Alright, let's get a cheapie here, chat. Tidgeman, what did you think of Lost Ark? I really liked Lost Ark. I don't like, it was just so limited though, you know?